Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Beer Me. I'm your host, Gabriel Pocrass. Today on the show, we're going to be taking a tour of the top 3 breweries across Fort Collins. Today I'm going to be checking out their facilities, taking a look at the equipment they use, and rating my favorite beer at each location. So come join me. In 1988, Budweiser producer Anheuser-Busch opened a location in Fort Collins, paving the way for others to follow. Just a year later, in 1989, Doug Odell and his family opened the first craft microbrewery in Fort Collins, respectively called Odell Brewing Company. Odell's has since expanded its facility to include an open back patio and a bottling line. 2014 also marks the 25th anniversary for the Odell's family since their humble beginnings as homebrewers.
I think my favorite part about working here is probably just fellow employees. Like, everyone's in a great mood. It's living the dream. I always say I drank this Kool-Aid long before I got paid to drink it.
The company continues to look for opportunities to grow, as seen with the addition of 8 new fermentation tanks expected to be operational later this year.
So we have a lot more capacity, a lot more efficiency throughout the course of our brew day. Especially working on something so large, we can fill up our tanks a lot faster with everything like that. So today is a big day because we're putting in 8 400-barrel fermentation tanks, yeah, I saw that. Everything outside. So that will give us 16 total 400-barrel tanks. So we have a lot that we're working with on this big size and scale. Narrowing down the best beer of any brewery is a challenge, but with so many great choices and new experimental beers popping up weekly, Odell's makes this an extreme challenge. So right now I'm going to be drinking the Mercenary IPA at Odell's. Odell's is very well known for their IPAs, so this is highly regarded in my book. As far as the color goes, it has a golden brown haze to it. It's semi-transparent, which is nice. It has that traditional IPA look. The smell of it, right away, you get hops, you get citrus, you get a little bit of grapefruit, which I like. And then as far as the taste goes, right away, it's an upfront taste of hops, that IPA taste. Has a little bit of citrusy undertones, which is really nice to it. And it does have that little bit of grapefruit taste after. For this beer, I'm going to rate it an 8.5 out of 10. With a tear in my eye as I say goodbye to Odell's, I quickly look forward to the future with welcoming arms as I come to one of the most recognizable craft breweries in America, New Belgium Brewing Company. After aspiring homebrewer Jeff Liebisch toured on a bicycle through the streets of Belgium, he returned to his home in Fort Collins, bringing exciting beer recipes and ideas back with him. As their company grew in popularity, Jeff and his wife Kim welcomed new employees to take part in ownership to keep up the demand. This tradition stuck with the company, and now New Belgium is officially 100% employee-owned.
I like the people, the customer service is awesome. Instead of treating you like somebody who's just going to a regular bar to drink, it's kind of like family-oriented, which is really cool. I've always dug that. I think it's a really respectable cause.
With everyone having stock in the company, the desire to make the best brewery possible spread like wildflowers. New Belgium is constantly growing their efficiency in energy, recycling, and fiscal responsibility.
We have a processed water treatment facility where we clean our own water here and capture the methane gas, and we can send that back through the brewery and have some different energy sources. You know, little things like on the canning line, or just the design of the business where, you know, some of our old chairs or furniture are made out of old bowling alleys, or recycled marble from different places, or just really recycled materials anywhere.
With such a great company comes some of the best award-winning beers in the world. The strict rules that come with German and English beers don't apply to the Belgium style, and so experimentation is welcomed. For example, one of their latest additions, Snapshot, mixes the smells and tastes of fresh-cut lemons, tangy oranges, and floral aromas.
Kind of excited to see, you know, aspects of, you know, what beers are we going to do? How are we going to be sustainable? How are we going to incorporate what we've already know and learned here and transfer it out there, and just to see what 23 years of experience can do for us once we get there.
So this next beer I'm tasting is New Belgium's La Folie. It's one of their sour beers, and it's part of their sour series, so they age it from up to 1 to 3 years. As far as the smell of it, it's a sour beer, so it's going to have a little bit of a citrusy sour taste to it. And you do get a little bit of a cringe taste because it's so sour, but after you keep drinking it, you'll get used to it, and then you'll start detecting other flavors such as cherry and a little bit of malt flavor. It's very good though. My rating for this beer is a 9.5 out of 10. Taking a different spin on what a brewery should be is Fort Collins Brewing Company. Starting back in 2003 as a German lager house, the brewery has since changed to a more open style by the current owners.
I think you luck out in Fort Collins with the craft beer scene. It's incredible. I think that Fort Collins Brewery is more of like the mom and pop kind of brewery.
A minute down the road from Odell's, Fort Collins Brewery not only has a full brewing facility, but also a full restaurant in Gravity 1020, which serves meals on a made-to-order basis.
People need to come try this food. They're like scared to come because it's brewery food, but it's not. It's like modern tavern food. And the mac and cheese, phenomenal. You can get like chicken, steak, salmon on the mac and cheese or veggies, and it has like pretzel crumbs on top. So good. If beer is not your taste, Fort Collins Brewery Company offers customers a full bar that serves everything from your standard cocktails to imported wines. Though smaller than New Belgium and Odell's, Fort Collins Brewery offers a relaxing atmosphere to both drink and dine. Fort Collins Brewery is widely known for their double chocolate nitro stout. This is an extremely dark beer. You can't see any light through it at all. To pour it, it takes about 1 to 2 minutes because you have to let the alcohol rise, let the beer rise and the foam die down. You're definitely going to get a Guinnessy kind of smell to it. It definitely has a chocolatey smell as well. Nice and creamy, chocolatey taste, not overwhelming. It's not like a fudge taste. It definitely is it's a subtle chocolatey taste that it's very good for sipping. The rating on this beer I would give is an 8 out of 10. If you're a stout person, I would go a little bit higher than that, but my rating is an 8 out of 10. Well, that's all the time we have for spotlighting the top 3 breweries in Fort Collins, Colorado. Stay tuned next time for the next episode of Beer Me.